Welcome all, Papa G here. Today I present homemade low-carb lasagna with real egg noodles. This is a hearty recipe that has comfort food written all over it. It's a delicious low-carb meal that'll satisfy the biggest of appetites. Let's get started. We'll begin with the egg noodles by adding 4 ounces of cream cheese to a food processor, 4 large eggs, some almond flour, a little salt, a half teaspoon of xanthan gum, and finish with some dried oregano, mixed to incorporate. You might have to scrape down the sides once or twice while mixing. Once the batter is thoroughly mixed, pour it onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. Use a spatula to spread as thin as possible without creating any holes. Place in the middle of a preheated 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. While the noodles bake, we'll work on our cheese mixture. To a medium mixing bowl, add about 1 cup of whole milk ricotta cheese, 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese, about a half a cup of grated parmesan cheese, a couple of beaten eggs, a generous amount of dried basil, some salt, and a little ground black pepper. Mix well to combine. Cover with some plastic wrap and store in the refrigerator until later. When the egg noodles are done, remove from the oven and let cool on a cooling rack. Place the noodles on a cutting surface and cut into 2-inch strips. I'm using a pastry cutter here, but a knife works just fine. You'll see that the noodles rose about 1/8 of an inch after cooking. To help firm up the noodles, store in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator until we're ready to construct the lasagna. For the meat sauce, we'll be using a half a pound of ground beef and a half a pound of mild Italian sausage. To a large skillet on medium-high heat, add the beef and sausage and cook until about 1/3 of the way brown. Add 3 stalks of chopped green onions and about a tablespoon of minced garlic. Cook and stir until it's just about fully browned. Now add 1 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, some Italian seasoning, salt, some ground black pepper, a little onion powder, some garlic powder, and we'll finish with some dried oregano. Mix to combine and continue cooking for about 5 to 7 minutes to allow all the flavors to come together. You'll know it's about ready when it thickens just a bit and most of the moisture has evaporated. Turn the heat off and we'll begin to construct our lasagna. Use a 9 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch baking pan and begin layering. First, we'll put a small amount of meat sauce on the bottom. Next, add a layer of noodles. On top of the noodles, add half of the cheese mixture and spread evenly. Add another layer of meat sauce. For extra cheesiness, add 1 layer of provolone cheese, about 4 slices. Add the next layer of noodles. Now spread the remaining cheese mixture over the top of the noodles. Lay down another layer of meat sauce. And now place the final layer of noodles. Now add the last of the meat sauce. Top with some shredded mozzarella, some grated parmesan cheese, and for a final touch, a little dried parsley to the top. Place in the middle of a preheated 350-degree oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, or until nice and bubbly and the edges have begun to brown. When it's done, remove and let cool to set. Slice into 4 servings. This looks and tastes just as good as its high-carb pasta counterpart. Delicious. There you have it, folks, my low-carb homemade lasagna with real egg noodles. A very hearty and delicious low-carb meal. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and consider subscribing. I'll have something new every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.